Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to your YouTube channel, and welcome to this very exciting video of today. As you must be aware, we are working in this course about introduction of data analytics for smart energy system, So in this course, data analytics for a smart energy system, a very important component is to be able to program. So Python is the programming language that we are using here, and for machine learning, we require several libraries in order to create the models, train the models, and deploy the models. So as you saw in one of my previous videos, TensorFlow, this amazing open source framework coming from Google, is one of the most exciting and most powerful and used framework when we are working with machine learning. So right now, TensorFlow 2.0 is the one that we are using here in this course. So the plan today is a very simple video. The plan is that we are using also Anaconda Distribution. So the plan for this video, the idea behind this video, is try to show you the easy way, the most simple way that you can install TensorFlow inside Anaconda. I must be honest, there are many times to install TensorFlow inside Anaconda. However, TensorFlow, to be honest, is a very complex framework, and installing in a computer, if you don't have experience with environment and also with version of Python and so on, it can be very complicated. And in many cases, you will have issues, and also probably it will not work. So TensorFlow is quite sensible to the hardware that you have in your computer, but also to the operating system. TensorFlow was originally designed to work in Linux. However, it's also possible to be used inside Windows operating system, and that is the case today. Today we are installing TensorFlow for a personal computer, and in this personal computer is based in Windows. So we are planning to do the basic installation for TensorFlow inside Anaconda in a Windows-based computer. Regarding hardware, I must be honest. Inside the modern personal computers that you have today, many of them, they have the CPU, the classical CPU, that is basically the computer process unit, that is basically the classical GPU, Intel or AMD, that is basically the main brain inside your computer. However, inside your personal computer, there are other hardware. In recent time, the power of this graphic processing unit, that is called by short GPU, the GPU has created a possibility of using that very specialized hardware in order to run very important models from machine learning. So when you are working with very complex machine learning and artificial intelligence models, you will like to use the computational power that you have in your GPU. However, today that is not my job. Today my job over here is to show you how to install in a foolproof way TensorFlow installed inside Anaconda. So for that reason, I will install just the CPU only TensorFlow. This is the recommended way for beginners, for non-experts. However, if you are an expert, you can go to the TensorFlow webpage, and there are many other ways to install. However, I will not provide support in that sense. It's not my job over here. I spend time here looking for a simple way that you can install in your computer and it will work. Later, probably you will be interested of using the GPU for TensorFlow, so you need to have another way to install, okay? So as you can see, we can use the terminal application inside Anaconda, and from there, what I will do is type those commands over here. Conda is a command that we already know that is for manipulating and I will say management the environments inside Anaconda. This create is because we are planning to create a new environment, and inside this new environment we are including TensorFlow. So that is the most simple way that I found. Some other people, they can create an environment and then can clone an environment. However, I will not do that here because you need to be careful about the TensorFlow version and the Python version for solving compatibility issues. So what I will do now is I will go to one of the computers inside the lab and I will do this installation for you, okay? Let's go to the lab. So the first step is, of course, we need to run Anaconda, and that is what we are doing now. We are starting in this computer Anaconda, and when Anaconda is ready, we will go to see the environments inside Anaconda, and from there I will start my explanation. Right now Anaconda is starting, yes, and right now we have here Anaconda. You can see Anaconda Navigator, and you can see the different applications that we have over here. Let's go to environments. As you must remember here, there is a section on the top left-hand side. You have the home, that basically is the place where all the applications are located. Then we have this, that is the environment, the second to the top. Then we have this learning section. I can see over here, and I highly suggest there are so many learning tools over here. You can learn more about Jupyter, NumPy, Pandas, and so on. So I highly suggest, please use those resources, okay? The time that we have in the classroom is not long enough to cover everything, but you will be able to visit all of these places. And also, Anaconda is also having more instructional material over there. And also, if you want to be connected with the community, there are several communities for developers that you can get a deeper insight. Here at the bottom, you can see the links for LinkedIn, YouTube, and also GitHub and X, former Twitter, okay? Let me go to the environments. Here inside the environments, you can see that right now we have the root or the base environment active, and there is an additional environment over there. That additional environment, you must remember because I used that environment in a previous video. If you remember, I installed this power system analyzer package that is called Panda Power. I installed Panda Power, and this environment over here, FG-Longatt 1, is basically the environment for Panda Power. So the job today is very simple. The job today is we want to install over here, create a new environment and install inside that environment the amazing TensorFlow. So let's open the terminal over here. And right now you can see this is the terminal. We will use the following commands. Conda, you must remember Conda. Then we have to use the word create. because we want to create a new environment. That new environment, the name of that new environment will be TF, short name for TensorFlow, and I will say please install TensorFlow. So I will repeat, there is very simple, is basically Conda, create, double line, name, the name of the new environment that will be TensorFlow, and inside I am requesting to install TensorFlow. So let's do that. Right now you can see, let me maximize this window over here. As you can see here, you can see that the terminal application is telling me, okay, we are planning to create this new environment and we are planning to install TensorFlow. And TensorFlow require new packages to be installed. And as you can see over here, if you pay attention, there are several interesting things over here. Like for instance, let me find here, where is Keres? Oh yes, over here you can see that we are requesting here to install the package Keres. And if you watch my previous videos, Keres is a very simple API that is running using Python at the back end. But also you can see over here, there is another very interesting package over here. You can see that SciPy is also there. Okay? So I will not take so much of your time. Right now, what I will do is say, yes, proceed. And now it's preparing the transaction, verifying the transaction, and we start to download and extract the packages over there. Now, here inside the terminal application, we are executing the transaction. So at this moment, you can see over there that basically is already installed over there, the TensorFlow inside the new environment. So something that we can do is, for instance, we can activate that very specific environment. But let me do the following. You must remember the following commands. Let me do over here Conda. And after Conda, I can say I want to see all the environments inside. I can see info environments. And right now we can see that there is a brand new environment over here. This is the TF environment. And now what I will do is I will activate Conda activate TF. So right now you can see, yes, right now you can see that the environment related to the new installation, the fresh installation of TensorFlow is ready for you. But now let me go back here. Oh yeah, we are here inside Anaconda Navigator, and you can see that there is a brand new, this is a brand new environment. And inside you can see over here somewhere we need to have Keras, and Keras should be somewhere over there, but also we have TensorFlow. So one way that I want to show you if this is working is basically now inside this environment, TensorFlow, I want to open the famous spider. And because this is the first time, I need to install first the spider. And after that, what I will do is I will open the spider and I will import the TensorFlow package, and it must be running. Okay. So let's do that. Give me a second. Right now it's moving here, is doing what's supposed to do, is installing this spider. And after that, we can launch over here. Let me launch over here the spider. Now is opening a Python version number 6. And let me move here to your nets. Yes. And over here you can see the environment here. And I will say import TensorFlow as TF. So as you can see right now, it's okay. You can see over here that right now it's properly working, okay? Don't care about this balloon over there. That is Grammarly. That is another application. No worries, but we were able to run and import TensorFlow. So this is the end, I would say. Let me go back here to my presentation. So we are reaching the end of this video. In this video, we install TensorFlow inside Anaconda Distribution. And we did in a very simple way using the CPU, the central processing unit inside your computer. So if you want to read more, you can go to the TensorFlow website. And we install in this way because this installation is dedicated for beginners, for rookies, for non-expert. However, if you feel that you are an expert, please feel free to try another mechanism, okay? So this is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will say bye now.